Some royal couples broke up because of cheating, palace pressure, or brutal family interference, but what shocked everyone was that they still got back together. One prince left his partner for someone else, only returned later, trying to fix what he had walked away from. Another couple hid their reunion for months to avoid public backlash. These weren't fairy tale endings, they were messy, controversial, and completely unexpected. So who gave love a second chance? And why did these royals return to the very love stories that once fell apart? Here are 12 royals who got back with their exes. At number 12, we have the story of Count Nikolai of Denmark and his relationship with Benedict Thorstrup. Benedict Thorstrup is a Danish entrepreneur and business student who has been romantically linked to Count Nikolai of Montpezat since 2018. The couple first met while they were both students at Copenhagen Business School. Their relationship was marked by mutual support and public displays of affection, such as Benedict's catwalk debut at Copenhagen Fashion Week, which Nikolai attended as a proud front-row spectator. But in 2023, their world shifted abruptly. Then, Queen Margaret II stripped Nikolai and his siblings of their royal titles, shattering Nikolai's sense of identity. Overnight, he became withdrawn, confused, and deeply hurt. This decision was a shock to the family and deeply saddened them, including Nikolai himself, who expressed confusion and disappointment over the abruptness of the change. The loss of his royal title had a significant emotional impact on Nikolai and also affected his relationship with Benedict. According to Hello magazine, as a consequence of the strain of the relationship of the royal family upheaval, the couple experienced a shattering breakup. Yet after months apart, the emptiness they felt was undeniable. Nikolai reached out again, this time vulnerable and honest, confessing how deeply he still loved her. Benedict responded gently, admitting her heartache. Slowly and carefully, they rebuilt what had been fractured and got back together. At number 11, we have the story of Princess Eugenie and her relationship with Jack Brooksbank. She and Jack Brooksbank's story began in the crisp, snowy air in Switzerland in March 2010, introduced by mutual friends on a ski trip. Their connection was immediate and electric, true love at first sight. From the very moment, something deep and unshakable blossomed between them. At the time, Eugenie was immersed in her studies at Newcastle University, while Jack was building his career in bustling London. The miles between them could have been a barrier, but their hearts refused to be kept apart. However, this changed in 2013. Next, the 2 years tested their bond like never before. The physical separation weighed heavily on them, and the strain led to a brief, painful breakup. But, according to the list, by 2015, Eugenie returned to London, and Jack's presence at royal family events grew more frequent, a beautiful sign that the relationship was healing and thriving. Then, in January 2018, after 7 years of love, challenges, and unwavering commitment, Jack knelt during a romantic trip to Nicaragua and asked Eugenie to be his forever. Their wedding was October 12, 2018, at the breathtaking St. George's Chapel in Windsor, not just a reunion of two souls, but a celebration of a love story that had weathered distance, doubt, and time, and emerged stronger, more radiant, and more deeply true. Next, we have the story of Prince William and his relationship with Kate Middleton. William and Kate's love story began in the halls at University of St. Andrews in 2001, where the two young souls first crossed paths. Their friendship blossomed quietly, and by 2003 or 2004, something deeper had taken root. When their relationship became public in 2004, it was clear to everyone that this was more than just a college romance. It was the beginning of something truly special. As the years passed, Kate's presence at William's side grew stronger and more accepted, symbolized by moments like his graduation from Sandhurst in 2006. But with love came challenges. According to ABC News, April 2007, under the relentless glare of media spotlight and the immense pressure of public life, they faced a heartbreaking crossroads. The couple decided to break up at that time. A painful pause that lasted a few months. Yet, love has a way of finding its way back. By June 2007, just a few months after their separation, William and Kate rekindled their romance. Their love endured, deepening and flourishing. After nearly a decade of shared memories, laughter, and challenges, William proposed in October 2010 during a meaningful trip to Kenya. Their journey culminated in a fairy tale wedding April 29, 2011 at Westminster Abbey, a celebration not just of a union, but of a love that had weathered storms and emerged unbreakable. The next royals didn't just face heartbreak. One lost his royal rights for love, one disappeared without a word, and one quietly walked away before finding his way back. At number 9, we have the story of Prince Amado of Belgium and his relationship with Elisabeth Rochefoucauld von Wolkenstein. Their love story began in London, where fate brought together two young dreamers. Amado immersed in his study at London School of Economics, and Lily pursuing her passions at Queen Mary University. From those early days, their connection was quiet, yet profound, a bond that would grow stronger through the years. According to Hello magazine, when their engagement was announced on a chilly February day in 2014, joy radiated from both families, a celebration of two hearts ready to unite. Their wedding, held July 5th at the enchanting Basilica of Santa Maria in Rome. Yet, even in the most fairy tale of romances, challenges arise. The couple faced a painful hurdle when Prince Amado lost his succession rights to the Belgian throne because the royal consent had not been obtained before their marriage. This administrative obstacle cast a shadow over their happiness and led to a brief, heart-wrenching breakup. But love, when true, finds a way. In 2015, royal decree restored Amado's place in the line of succession, healing the rift that had threatened to pull them apart. Their reunion was not just a return to each other, but a powerful affirmation that their bond, a love, could overcome even the strictest of royal protocols. Next, we have the story of Princess Maria Olympia of Greece and Denmark and her relationship with Peregrine Pearson. Princess Maria Olympia and Peregrine Pearson's romance began in a quiet spark in 2020, two young hearts from distinguished worlds finding each other amidst the bustling backdrop of modern life. Together, they graced high-profile events and escaped on vacations, weaving memories that seemed to promise a future full of hope together. But love, even when it feels destined, can sometimes face unexpected storms. By the summer of 2023, whispers of distance had crept in. Peregrine's absence from Maria Olympia's 27th birthday was a quiet heartbreak, a sign that their once inseparable relationship was drifting apart. Friends noticed their absence from each other's lives in public since 2022, and by September, the painful truth had emerged. They had broken up. The digital world mirrored their separation. Maria Olympia unfollowed Peregrine on Instagram and removed their photos together, a silent yet poignant farewell. Those close to them spoke gently of how they had grown apart, a phrase that barely captures the ache of two people once so close, now finding different paths. Friends and family who had dreamed of lasting union felt the sting of disappointment, mourning what might have been. Yet love's story is rarely a straight line. According to Tatler, they found their way back to each other, a reunion that held the promise of healing. At number 7, we have the story of Prince Nikolaos of Greece and his relationship with Tatiana Blatnik. Princess Nikolaos of Greece and Tatiana Blatnik's love story was one of enduring devotion, marked by both joy and challenges. Their long-term relationship, built on a foundation of trust and affection, blossomed into a beautiful engagement officially announced on December 28, 2009 by the office of King Constantine in London, a moment filled with hope and promise. Their journey to the altar was not without its trials. Before their engagement, they faced a brief separation, a painful pause that tested their commitment. Yet love prevailed. They chose to set aside their differences, rekindling the bond that they had always had connecting them. Their resilience paved the way for their wedding August 25, 2010, at the Orthodox Church of St. Nicholas in Greece, a day that celebrated not just their union, but the strength of their journey together. Tatiana, born in Venezuela and raised in Switzerland, had carved out a successful career as an event planner for Diane von Furstenberg. July 2010, she stepped away from her work to embrace the preparations for their special day. On their wedding day, she radiated elegance in a gown designed by Venezuelan designer Angel Sanchez and wore an antique corsage tiara graciously loaned by her mother-in-law, Queen Anne Marie. We love it, a symbol of the family she was joining. These next couples weren't just in love, they were breaking rules. One royal dated post-divorce, another married her bodyguard, and one ignored the palace completely. Next, we have the story of Princess Clare of Luxembourg and her relationship with Prince Felix. Clare and Prince Felix's story began in a serene surrounding of College Alpen International in Switzerland back in 2001. What started as a genuine friendship between two young souls slowly blossomed into a deep and enduring love over the years. Their bond was quietly nurtured through shared moments and family gatherings like the wedding of Prince Felix's cousin in 2012, a day that quietly hinted to the world the special connection they shared. However, their journey wasn't without its challenges. Before their engagement, they faced the difficult pause, a moment when their differences threatened to pull them apart. They had a brief breakup. But love, patient and resilient, guided them back to each other. They chose understanding over division, healing over distance. Then, in December 2012, after nearly 11 years since their first meeting, they joyfully announced their engagement, a promise of a future built together. Their wedding was a beautiful celebration of tradition and love. According to Royalty magazine, September 17, 2013, in Taunus, Germany, Clare's hometown, they exchanged their vows in a civil ceremony, honoring her roots. A few days later, surrounded by the breathtaking beauty of Provence, they held a religious ceremony at the Sainte Marie Madeleine Basilica in Saint Maxime la Saint Baume, a place close to their hearts. At number 5, we have the story of Prince Joachim of Denmark and his relationship with Princess Marie. Prince Joachim and Maria Cavalier began dating in 2004, shortly after Joachim's separation from his first wife Alexandra in 2004 and subsequent divorce in 2005. However, their relationship experienced a brief breakup before they got engaged. Despite this temporary separation, they reconciled and became engaged October 3, 2007, as officially announced by the Danish court. According to the Royal Watcher, they married the 24th of May 2008 at Mogelt-on-Ler Church near Schackenborg Castle in Denmark. The wedding date was symbolically chosen to coincide with the 73rd anniversary wedding of Joachim's grandparents, King Frederick IX and Queen Ingrid. The couple had 2 children together, Count Hendrik and Countess Athena. Joachim also has 2 sons, Count Nikolai and Count Felix, from his first marriage to Alexandra. None of Joachim's children have held the title of Royal Highness since 2023. They're styled as Count and Countess of Montpezat, a change that has caused sadness within the family. In 2012, Queen Margaret II stripped the royal titles of Joachim's children, leading to a family rift and relocation of Joachim and Marie's family to Washington, D.C., where Joachim works as a defense attaché. Princess Marie has publicly described the family situation as, quote, complicated. Despite these challenges, Joachim and Marie remain a united couple, navigating both royal duties and personal family matters together. Next, we have the story of Princess Stephanie of Monaco and her relationship with Daniel Ducarret. In 1992, Princess Stephanie's heart led to a complicated and passionate relationship with her bodyguard, Daniel Ducarret. Their love story began under a cloud of scandal. Daniel was already involved with a woman 6 months pregnant, and Stephanie found herself cast as a third party, a role that stirred whispers and judgment. The scandal shook the foundations of the Grimaldi family, and her father, Prince Rainier III, initially met their relationship with strong opposition, fearing the consequences for his beloved daughter and the royal legacy. Yet love as a way of softening even the hardest of hearts. Over time, Prince Rainier relented, and when Stephanie and Daniel married in a private civil ceremony July 1st, 1995, their children were welcomed into the line of succession, a hopeful new chapter for the couple. But happiness proved fragile. The marriage soon unraveled when Daniel's betrayal came to light. His affair became a public scandal, a painful humiliation not just for Stephanie but for the entire Grimaldi family. The betrayal cut deep, shattering trust and casting a long shadow over their union. According to 9 Honey, despite the heartbreak, Stephanie and Daniel mend what was broken, go for reconciliation. Through it all, she emerged with strength and grace, a testament to the courage it takes to heal and choose to move forward. The next 3 love stories, one ended in a national scandal, one almost tore the royal family apart, and one was nearly buried by grief. At number 3, we have the story of Princess Martha Louise of Norway and her relationship with Derek Verret. Princess Martha Louise's journey with Derek Verret is a deeply emotional and unconventional love story that has captivated and challenged many. They first met in 2018 through a mutual friend, an encounter that felt destined. Martha Louise recalls feeling like she was greeting an old friend, while Derek sensed a profound connection that transcended time and circumstance. Their bond grew slowly and thoughtfully, with Derek wanting to ensure their love was rooted in genuine connection rather than titles or expectations. When they went public with their relationship, May 2019, it sparked intense public scrutiny and harsh criticism. According to Business Insider, Derek, an American self-styled shaman and spiritual healer, faced accusations of promoting unscientific and controversial ideas, which led to widespread condemnation in Norway. This resulted in a brief breakup. Despite the storm of public backlash and the strain it placed on their relationship, Martha Louise and Derek demonstrated remarkable resilience. They leaned on each other's strengths and love, continuing to grow together through their challenges. Their connection deepened, culminating in a heartfelt engagement June 2022 when Derek respectively sought and received the blessings of Martha Louise's parents, King Harold V and Queen Sonja. Their wedding, August 31st, 2024, was in the breathtaking surroundings of Norway. It was a poignant celebration of their love. Next, we have the story of Prince Carl Philip of Sweden and his relationship with Princess Sofia. Prince Carl Philip's love story with Sofia Hellqvist is one marked by courage, resilience, and unwavering devotion in the face of public scrutiny. They first crossed paths in the summer of 2009 at a nightclub in Sweden, a moment that sparked the connection neither could ignore. Determined to protect their blossoming love from the harsh glare of the media, they took great pains to keep their relationship private, entering venues separately, using different names on calls, all to shield their fragile bond. Yet the relentless press soon uncovered Sofia's past, including revealing photos and her stint on the reality show Paradise Hotel. The backlash was swift and brutal, casting a shadow over their happiness and placing immense pressure on their relationship. The storm of criticism led to a painful, brief separation, a testament to the toll such scrutiny can take even on the strongest of hearts. But love, often as it does, found a way to heal and reunite them. Carl Philipp and Sofia's reconciliation was a quiet victory over judgment and adversity, a promise that their connection was deeper than the headlines. According to memory, their wedding on June 13, 2015 at the Royal Chapel of Stockholm's Royal Palace was a grand celebration of love's triumph, attended by thousands and royals from around the world. And at number 1, we have the story of Prince Guillaume of Luxembourg and his relationship with Princess Stephanie of Luxembourg. They first met in 2004 at a social gathering in Germany, but it was not until 2009 that their paths crossed again and their romance truly began. Over the next few years, their relationship blossomed quietly, away from the public eye. However, the period leading up to their wedding was shadowed by a heartbreaking low point, the sudden and unexpected death of Stephanie's mother, Countess Alix de Lannoy, who had passed away from a stroke just 2 months before their wedding, August 2012. This devastating loss cast a somber veil over the couple's preparations and deeply affected Stephanie, who carried her mother's engagement ring alongside her own on their wedding day as a poignant tribute to her memory. This led to a brief breakup, yet love finds its way. According to Monarch, the wedding itself, held October 2012, with a civil ceremony followed by a religious service at the Cathedral of Our Lady of Luxembourg, was a bittersweet occasion. While it was a grand celebration of their union, the absence of Stephanie's mother was keenly felt by all. Stephanie's grace and strength during this time revealed her deep emotional resilience as she embraced her new role as hereditary Grand Duchess amid personal sorrow. With this, we end today's video. We'll be back with a new video shortly. Until then, happy watching, and do subscribe to our channel if you still haven't.